Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, and Seir also is joined with them. They have helped the children of Lot, Selah. They were to them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb, yea, or their princes as Ziba, and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever, yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah, art the Most High over all the earth.
Now, that's exactly what's going on in the Middle East right now. Now, they're playing a game with lies right now, and they got all those people that think a bunch of lies in a bad situation here. So, look, if that works. All right, not working. Not working. There we go. All right. Everything runs slower when I'm doing this, guys. You probably noticed that in some other videos. I'm sorry. A loud, confusing noise, especially one caused by a large mass of people. All right, that's what's going on here, guys. Now, I don't want to offend nobody. I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound anti-Semitic, but let's be real here, guys. None of that Israel stuff started popping off until we started breaking out this real information in America. It's been going on for like 7 years now, where the black community in America have been putting out, and I use black for lack of a better word. I know what black means, guys. Please don't get in the comments saying that we're not black people. I know we're not black people. We're the children of Israel. We're the Egyptians. We're the Sumerians. We're all those people. We're the original inhabitants of the continent in the biblical nations. Now, look, and these are all the words that go with it: racket, uproar, you know, shit like that. That's what's going on here, guys. So when we see all this Israel stuff popping off, it's because they don't want to they don't want to talk to our face. Like basically they cannot bring this to an they cannot just come to us and say you're not the people and all the stuff you're saying is not true. So they're not going to say it directly to us. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to get black people up there, they're going to get white people up there, they're going to get whoever they can up there, and they're analysts. They always got some expert they can bring on. That's the problem with these people. They always got some expert they can bring on, you know? So look, we're just gonna watch a little bit of this. Hopefully, if it. Okay, guys. So I switched over to just recording my screen to get better coverage. Now, look, I want to show you this. Now, we all know that CNN is the fakest news on the planet, right? They're all fake news. All these news outlets are fake. That's why y'all all don't know that America's the promised land. They're all part of the Psalms 83 Confederacy, along with the nations that all this tumult is going on in, all this loud, confusing racket is going on in. Now, look, that just looks fake right there. That image looks fake, but we know this is fake. Now, if you guys go back to other, like the Gulf War and things like that, CNN has been caught. Let me pause this. CNN has been caught faking war footage, faking like they're at war scenes. Their green screen has fell down behind them. CNN is the fakest news on the planet. But these are the people that's been pushing this Middle East crap ever since forever. Now, who knows if there's really a bombing or a shooting over there? But look at these cowards at CNN fake this. Because I'm telling you, I haven't even seen this, but it just looks fake. These cowards over at CNN, and this is the thumbnail right here, just so y'all know. This is the thumbnail right here. That would never. News reporters are cowards. Most of them are cowards, and the ones that aren't are dead because they're not cowards. They're all corporate media fucking people. She looks like this is a perfect shot. Her holding the camera, dodging a rocket. Come on, guys. Let me get this in high def because y'all not. Yeah, because let me not. Let me get this in high def for y'all. That's higher def. Don't this just look fake? Now, if she starts talking to the camera, you know it's fake.
Are you seeing our situation,
Yep.
guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. You know it's fake.
You hear the show?
Stay down.
And that's when, like, they got people dying over there and all kinds of stuff so they could have this tumult and this fake coverage and act like they're fulfilling the Psalms 83 over there when that's all happening here in America. And it's crazy the lengths they'll go to, but, like, multiple news agencies have been caught faking footage. Multiple of them. I don't care which one you name, they've all been involved in it. And governments have been involved in staging wars and staging it. Like that statue when they went into Libya and tore down that statue of Gaddafi. Uh, that was all propaganda. Libyans love Gaddafi. Gaddafi stabilized their country. They love that dude. They murdered Gaddafi so they could have their way. You know, that's what it is. And I say Libyans, but y'all know where the real Libya is, or the ancient Libya is. Let's just say that. The original Libya. It's just funny watching them make this tumult. And what I like to do is just look for fake stuff in the streams because whoever's putting out, footage, there be fake shit, bro. It's that tumult, that crafty council people. That's what I'm saying. Look how people eat it up. Like, look at that. People eat this Israel shit up. So every news agency is jumping on it.
In focus now from Tel Aviv, Danny Danon, former Israeli ambassador to the United Nations and member of Israel's House of Representatives. Ambassador, when you and I have spoken in earlier times, it was always about the potential for this. What was the tipping point that you see that got Hamas in a position to be able to make this kind of strike on a sovereign nation next door?
Harris, to be honest with you, we don't know. You cannot look for any logic when you deal with terrorists. There is no logic for 9/11, no logic for ISIS. And those barbaric terrorists, they unprovoked, they attacked us.
Now, they'll say there's no logic for this and that. We know the logic behind 9/11. And if you don't know the logic behind 9/11, if you still think the government didn't do that and it wasn't an inside job with government and terror agencies they trained and all, you don't know the real spew behind 9/11, you need to get off my channel because you're not worthy of staying here. Like you're not gonna vibe with none of this information because you don't even understand that, and that's basic 2001 shit. Niggas knew that in 2001. Now I notice whenever they want to talk about Israel, they always put a black person on the screen.
They chose to attack communities and not military bases. And today we were exposed to horrible scenes here in Israel when we found the bodies of young children who were tied and were killed.
Y'all remember when they started the Gulf War? They had that lady come on and talk about babies and incubators and how whoever ran in there and took babies out the incubators and bashed their heads in. It turns out that was all a lie. Whenever they start telling you, oh, it's baby's dead and this and that, they could be lying, bro. This footage could all be fake, bro. People, this could be a movie scene, my nigga. Like, you wouldn't even know, bro. I'm not saying people didn't die. I'm not over there. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying news agencies have been caught faking footage, especially when it pertains to Middle Eastern and Middle Eastern wars.
In a brutal manner. Some of them were burnt while they were alive. Some of them were decapitated. Horrible thing they did to young children, to women. Those barbarics, we have one thing to do is to eliminate them. That's the only thing we can do, and we shouldn't look for any reasoning or explanation because I don't think we can find one.
So when you...
All right, so 9/11 happened, right? And what the government say? We don't need no reasonable explanation. Right? That's what they said. We don't need no reasonable explanation. Go. And that's the same thing they're doing here. That's why they keep saying it's Israel's 9/11, because they know this is a staged or set up event. A false flag event can either be when a nation's allowed to attack you, or your enemies are allowed to attack you because you want a war for whatever reason. I'm telling you, later on, it'll come out why they did all this. It always does. It's the age of revelations. They can't even hide nothing. They'll have leaks probably tomorrow, Lord willing. Let's pray for it. Lord, let the truth be leaked out right away. Like for real. That's what we need here. These people would do anything to keep you in their narrative box, to keep your mind in that little matrix. It's like, go back to sleep. This is the promised land. Oh, Psalms 83 war in Israel. Oh, look over here. Oh, don't pay attention to those black people on the internet. Look, we got black people that tell you that this is Israel. And then look at this guy. Like, look at his face, bro. He looks so disingenuous. Like, these people would do anything, bro.
Hear the President of the United States and others who will, push for, at least he did on Saturday, push for just kind of a more moderate tone. I mean, obviously, condemning what's happening, but not moving in right away. When you hear that kind of response, when you don't see a huge movement from around the world supporting Israel full-throatedly, I don't know if you saw what Russian President Vladimir Putin put out, but my goodness, it was like milquetoast. So when you see that, what does that tell you about what you're up against?
Look, no one's believing our nonsense. That's what nobody's believing our nonsense. That's what it is.
As a country in terms of defending yourselves.
Well, we know we can count only on ourselves, and thanks God we have the ability to protect ourselves. We have a strong army. At the same time we bury the victims and we are in pain. We are also regrouping our military. We have called the reserves, more than 300,000 boys and girls, and we are getting ready to hit back, and we're going to hit them hard. We're going to hunt down the leaders of the Hamas, the militants, those who committed the war crimes against our civilian population, and they will pay a heavy price.
Damn, they knew everything and who it was right off rip. And they even know who it wasn't. They're like, no, Iran wasn't involved. They know everything. Shit, this is just like when 9/11 happened, right?
I sit in the Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee, and I can tell you that it will not look nice in Gaza. And I'm calling the people of Gaza to move away from the headquarters of Hamas, because we are coming to get them. We will be strong. We will be evil, because we know we cannot have mercy on those kind of brutal enemies.
These are your Israeli people. Now, they're probably going to go kill the people of Gaza because Israel funds terror organizations. Just like America funded the organization and the terrorists that attacked us on 9/11. Now, those terrorists didn't have nothing to do with the bombs in the building, but this is the theater they run before they kill millions of people. Like, these people are fucking sick, bro. And that's why they got to be taken out of power. This whole tumult, this whole lie of Israel, it all has to stop because of all this. And we could have peace in the non-Middle East over there.
I know, and I want to ask you if this is still the case. Are you still a lieutenant in reserves for the IDF?
Indeed, you have very
Would
good
you fight?
memory. But today, my son is a lieutenant. So my son was called, Saturday 6 a.m. when the attack started. He left everything and he went down south, and we pray for him and we wish him the best. At my age, I'm not active anymore, but I do participate as a member of the parliament in the Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee, and we are all together here. Even now attack.
Now, the real Israelis, if they were really Israelis and that was really Israel, don't you think the Most High God would have done something to Iran, to Hezbollah, whatever the hell they're talking about? There's always some new terror. Like, you know how Donald Trump really did destroy ISIS, and the U.S. government, Biden and them, just put it back to have more conflict in the Middle East. You know why? Trump tried to end the war in the Middle East. That was going to end everything. You need conflict in the Middle East, or people are going to figure out that America is Israel. You get what I'm saying? And they're always pushing this like, oh, it's prophecy. Oh, this is oh.
Happened. You don't find any disputes in Israel. No left or right. We are united to defeat Hamas.
Tell me the numbers that you anticipate that you're up against, because I was reading some 300,000 of the IDF, including your son, as you've just shared. And I do know when all hands are on deck, at least when my father served, he used to say in his later years, they won't call me to the battle lines, but I sure can't help them with a lot of other things, like strategy. And I would imagine you were in that position too. What kind of numbers versus Hamas? How many of them? Or do you think they've been fortified from what you've seen?
So we're talking about tens of thousands of militants, but it's challenging because it's not a military. They are hiding against civilian population. They are committing a double war crime. They attack civilians in Israel, and then cowardly
This is controlled opposition, guys. Our enemies that rule the world control both hands of this party. This has always been like this. They instigate wars, and they think they're going to come out on top. But they're about to have their pants are down, bro. Like, their fucking ashes showing. Like, they're not about to win this war with no pants on and their ass showing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is This is a lie, guys. Anyway, I'm just gonna end that there. I just want you guys to know that all this Israel stuff is in response to us bringing out the truth. This is the tumult in Psalms 83. Shalom, brethren, bro. Take it easy.